For years, fans and pundits around the globe have all asked the exact same question. Can Erling Haaland actually score goals at a World Cup? We're talking about the most feared striker on the planet, right? A guy who has completely shattered records in literally every league he's touched. And yet, until June 16th, 2026, in Boston, he had exactly 0 World Cup appearances. Not one match, not a single goal. Well, in this explainer, we're going to break down that long-awaited debut as Norway took on Iraq. Because the wait, it's officially over. Okay, let's dive into this explainer. Our agenda today: the weight of the debut, first half firepower, Norway seals the deal, and finally, the Golden Boot race. Section 1. The weight of the debut. Heading into this match, Erling Haaland had a truly staggering 51 senior international goals. And that was in just 56 appearances, 51 goals in 56 games. To put that into perspective, those are numbers that absolutely no other active player on Earth can even touch. The guy is just the sheer definition of prolific. But then you have this number, 0. Absolute 0. Despite being arguably the most clinical striker of his entire generation, until last Tuesday, Erling Haaland had played exactly 0 World Cup minutes. It's this massive statistical anomaly, a really gaping hole in an otherwise completely flawless resume.
And it wasn't just Haaland who was waiting. This match marked Norway's very first World Cup appearance this entire century. We're talking about a whole generation of Norwegian football fans who have literally been waiting their whole lives to see their nation on the big stage. And at the absolute center of all that generational waiting, one man finally getting his shot on the world's biggest platform.
Now, to anchor that massive generational return, Norway actually brought a team of heavily tested veterans. For instance, goalkeeper Origin Nyland set a brand new record for his country in this match, becoming the oldest Norwegian to ever make a World Cup appearance at 35 years and 279 days old. So this was a squad anchored by experience, and they were absolutely ready for the spotlight. Section 2, first half firepower. So Norway starts pretty controlled, keeping Haaland relatively quiet at first. Actually, his only early chance was this towering header he sent way over the bar. But then things just exploded. We got this frantic 14-minute window where the momentum violently shifted back and forth. At the 28-minute mark, the moment finally hits. Sender Berg plays David Muller-Wolf in on the left side of the penalty area. His low cross comes flying in, and boom, it's turned in at the back post by Haaland. Goal number 1. But hold on, because just 10 minutes later, at minute 38, Iraq's Ayman Hussein levels the match with this absolutely brilliant header. And then at minute 42, Haaland strikes right back. Pure, unadulterated chaos. And the context behind those 2 opening goals is just extraordinary. For Haaland, his wait for a World Cup goal ended after exactly 28 minutes on the pitch. But for Iraq's Ayman Hussein, his path to that brilliant equalizing header actually involved being detained and questioned for around 7 hours by authorities when he arrived in the US earlier in the month. 2 wildly different journeys leading to 2 massive goals, spaced just 10 minutes apart. But hey, as the saying goes, football doesn't care about your circumstances, it only cares about moments. And speaking of historic moments, 40. Hussein's equalizer wasn't just a great header. It was only Iraq's second ever World Cup goal, and their first one in exactly 40 years. For a few glorious minutes, the match was totally level, and Iraq had made absolute history against a massive European heavyweight. But look, you really don't keep the world's most dangerous striker quiet for long. Just 4 minutes after Iraq's historic equalizer, Haaland responded in the most, Haaland way possible. He aggressively chases down this incredibly weak back pass to Iraqi goalkeeper Jalal Hassan, nips right in front of him, and taps it home. Just like that, Norway's lead is restored and Haaland bags his 52nd international goal, a World Cup debut brace. Section 3. Norway seals the deal. So, heading into the half up 2-1, you know the job is only half done, and Iraq was absolutely not about to roll over. They actually came out fighting hard in the second half. Hussein headed wide, and Hussein Ali fired a shot over the bar. They were seriously threatening another equalizer. But ultimately, Norway's sheer depth proved to be way too much. Substitute Leo Østigård comes on, and remarkably, just 3.5 minutes later, he's left totally alone at a corner to power a header past Hassan, making it 3-1. Then Haaland starts hunting for his hat trick, though goalkeeper Hassan denied him with this fantastic close-range save. Finally, deep into stoppage time, another towering Haaland header is unfortunately turned over the line by Hussein at the far post for an own goal, 4-1 Norway. Now, this is crazy. This match marked the 11th consecutive competitive appearance where Haaland has scored a goal for Norway, 11 games in a row at the international level. Listen, this isn't just a player in good form. This is a guy who literally cannot stop scoring, no matter the opponent, no matter the stage.
Section 4. The Golden Boot Race.
Now that Haaland has officially announced his arrival, let's look at what this explosive debut means for the rest of the tournament field, because it brilliantly illustrates how the heavyweights are already stacking up. Over in the earlier Group I match, Kylian Mbappé secured a double for France in their 3-1 win over Senegal. And across the whole tournament, the world's best are hungry, man. Messi has a hat-trick, Harry Kane has a brace, and now Haaland joins the pack with his debut brace. Group I alone now features two of the most dangerous strikers on the entire planet, Mbappé and Haaland, both already on the score sheet and definitely looking for more. The Golden Boot race is totally wide open.
So what's next for these teams? On June 22nd, Norway is going to face Senegal, while Iraq faces a really massive test against France. For Norway, this 4-1 victory is really just the beginning. With Martin Ødegaard pulling the strings from the midfield and a team built entirely around the most prolific striker on earth, Norway has instantly cemented themselves as a genuine dark horse for this tournament.
The question is no longer whether Erling Haaland can score at a World Cup. I mean, he answered that emphatically in his first 28 minutes, right? The only question that remains now is just how many goals is he going to score before this whole tournament is over? The world's most feared striker has finally arrived on football's biggest stage, and for sure, the rest of the field is officially on notice. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and definitely keep your eyes on Group I.